Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show on YouTube at Bluff City Media. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Anthony Sain.
Acknowledge me.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show, doing this thing live here from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm at the house. I'm a little bit under the weather. I know Kenny Stubblefield is for sure up under the weather. It is cold as shit outside. It's icing, it's snowing. The old man is snoring or whatever the hell they be saying. Kenny Stubblefield, my guy, what it do, man?
Man, what it do, man? We are both, listen, man, why are we both sick right now? What's going on?
I don't know. We probably got each other sick, man. Playing around.
Man,
playing
listen.
around out here, man.
I
don't know.
around out here.
If I got what you got, I'm a bad shape, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good out here, man, for sure.
You ain't lying, man.
I'm feeling all right. I'm still confident in this jump, but it's all good, man.
Hey, what do you like? You like this live setup, man?
I love the new
live.
setup, man. You and Mark King got together, man. Snazzed up my shit a little bit. I like it, man. I like it for sure. I can get with it, man. I can get with it. I'm at the house working from home this week, so I'm gonna use my lunch break opportunity to slide in and go live.
Let's go.
With you guys. Yeah, man. This snowed in experience has been what it is, man. I can't sit still. I can't be a homebody, so I've had to touch earth a couple of times since I've been at the house, man. We'll talk about that during the sit down with Sain. But since the last time we talked, Kenny Stubblefield, your Memphis Grizzlies drafted Michael Jordan, undoubtedly this
apparently.
offseason. Yeah, we
a
drafted
mixture of LeBron,
yeah,
KD.
LeBron, KD, and Michael Jordan is who we drafted with the 45th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, and a man named Gregory Jackson, young man who 19 years old, youngest player in the NBA, had a breakout game, two breakout games really, in a losing effort against the Knicks. He had 20 points, had 23 points the other night against the Golden State Warriors here in Memphis for MLK Day. I slid down MLK Boulevard, Kenny, to go to that game.
Oh, did you? You were there? Okay.
Yeah, I can't sit still, man. Like I don't do snowed in well. If I look on the internet or I look online or I watch the news and I see people driving, I'm getting out there, bro.
Right.
And I found out that my car has front wheel drive, and typically I've had cars that are back wheel drive. Right. So I said I'm gonna get out here in this shit, bro. So I got out in it.
See what happens.
Yeah, it was good. I slid one time, just not slid, but just kind of a little bit, like, you know what I mean?
Little hydroplane, like
yeah. I did that one time, the first real bad of the snow and ice, coming home, getting off on the Lamar exit,
right?
You know, the MLK exit. So the Crump exit or whatever. So, but it's been cool. It's been all right for sure, man. But like I said, I had to touch earth. Went down to FedEx Forum. Me and Damon Drew. I don't know if you know who Drew is. Drew is one of the dancers for the Memphis Grizzlies. He lives in my apartment complex. So
okay.
Me and him rode down to the game. Got him down there. I feel like I was doing my public service, man, to provide you guys in-game entertainment. Drew is, of course, one of the dancers. He does the Duncan Elvis thing.
You're a man of the people, bro. You help people out. Yeah,
if I was to say anybody's like the next dude up after BLJ, if BLJ gets promoted, right, Drew's probably gonna be that dude. Like, for real, he's really good. But took him to the game. We went to the game. I went, got there super early. Really enjoyed the symposium, man. We'll talk about that more as well. Renee Montgomery, former WNBA player, activist. She really stole the show.
I heard she killed it.
Yeah, Ozzie Smith was clearly the biggest name. Didn't know that Calvin Hill was Grant Hill's dad. Actually, I didn't know who anybody was going to be this year in the symposium. I went blindly to it for the first time ever, and I saw it's really good, man. So this was the first time where I ever felt like, all right, y'all a little bit too old. Like, I don't want to hear what you guys have to say. Like, I that was the first time I ever felt that way, bro. I really was impressed by things that Renee Montgomery had to say, who was younger, because Calvin Hill was kind of on the, you know, black people, we just got to do better, and we need to pull our pants up, and we need to all that. I was like, all right, bro. Like, all right. Like, I hear you, bro, but that's not what I want to hear. But anyway, Renee Montgomery was great. I'm a big symposium guy. I know you guys probably came here to talk about strictly GG events, but I'm big about the symposium. Absolutely. I'm big about black rights and civil rights and all those type of things and equality. And this city has come a long way, still has a long way to go. So the symposium always means a big deal to me, man. It was a great event, something great the Grizzlies do every year. I walked into it blindly this year. Shout out to the people who did that event for the Grizzlies. But the biggest deal tonight, of course, was the game the Grizzlies played against the Golden State Warriors. I will talk about later on in the day about how ass the Golden State Warriors are. This was my first time watching them play because I see people talking about them on Twitter. I see fans and my partner Clay, who we follow each other on Twitter. He's a Warriors fan, also a Steph Curry fan. And I kind of see him talking about the Warriors, and he puts out these ridiculous trade ideas to make the Warriors better. And I'm here to say today, that team cannot get better, bro. That team is ass. Unless you're talking about trading Jonathan Kuminga, who that dude is a player. That dude can play. Like he's good. I really saw that firsthand this year that he's gotten better. That team is ass, bro. Like ass, like really bad. And it took Draymond Green himself to say it on his podcast, which we'll also talk about with Parish Sharkey, who we have on each and every Wednesday. He's going to come on with me here in the sit down with Sain. Like I said, big win for the Grizzlies, though. Gigi Jackson was phenomenal. Vince Williams was incredible. Got a new 50 for the city, man, but it's 45 plus 5 this time. Gigi Jackson,
I like that, man.
And Vince Williams.
Hey, tell me a T-shirt's coming, right?
I had somebody shoot me an idea for that. It's a little wordy, though, so I don't think it was a little bit too much for me. A few too many words. But
if you can figure it out, that's a dope idea.
Yeah, we got a new 50 for the city with those two kids for sure, man. But we'll talk about that and more coming on the show today. I'm going to slide out the way. We're going to go to break real fast. My man, Parish Sharkey, is in the back ready to hop on with us today. Got to get Parish on. That's all I have to say as far as the setup for the show today. Excited to go live with you guys. I'm not going to say we're taking calls. We are reading and processing your comments. If you
yes, and we are running it through a panel of judges.
Many judges.
Many judges.
I know a lot of shows. It's kind of a free fall. You can just kind of come in and say what you want and get your shit off and get your takes off. We will consider reading and addressing or responding to some of the stuff y'all say. I don't want that to be a deterrent for y'all not to get your shit off to say what you have to say.
Get your shit off, and we might get it in.
But don't get mad because we don't put your shit up on the screen because it depends on what it is. We got a panel of hosts that will filter through your stuff. This is not a Grizzly space. Like it's like this ain't a free form to just get your shit off. Shout out to the people who run those because I could not. I had that conversation with someone the other day. I was like, I commend those guys for doing it because they do it for hours, bro. Like they're doing it
hours.
Yeah, like games over at 10:30. They're up at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning talking about, man, we still need Tyus Jones. And I'm
Couldn't be me, man. Could not.
Like, bro, I'm going, bro. I'm not.
No,
man. So, you're not gonna get your weed thoughts off. At 1 o'clock in the morning.
Your glaucoma thoughts.
Yeah, man. I peep in every now and again anonymously just to see what people are talking about. And I'd be like, dude. And there's so many now. So many people are running spaces. I know it started with guys like Bryson, EJ, but now it's like a lot of people doing it. I know that Christian Ingram does it now, but Tiger Basketball has one. Also, shout out to my man Francis Carlotto. Is that his name?
He said it differently than I've said it for the last year and a half. So I've always said Francis Carlota, but
okay,
Carlota. But Francis is now the new host of the Tigers Live show, man, and I'm excited.
Man, shout out, man. I like how we're getting into all those realms with the post game stuff here at Bluff City Media, man. But we're about to take a break, and Parish Sharkey is going to join us, of course, as always, for the sit down with Sain here each and every Wednesday on Anthony Sain Show. We will see you guys after the break.
Not just the level of individual talent that he plays with, but it's also the level of his mind. We haven't gotten cross-court open shot this year. We haven't seen that pass a lot. Number one, you got to respect him going to the basket. There's a roller. I got to watch the roller. He has the mind to be able to say, I see all of that, and now I see this guy over here. I'm going to get him this open shot. How shifty he is to always be going forward. It's usually side to side.
Yeah.
His dribble moves are side to side, but going forward.
Right.
Which is very hard to defend. I just want to get you, as many times can I get you to do this? But for him, it's not here. It is here, which is are his moves to get down the floor. It's awkward for a defender to try to catch a cadence. You dribble. So now what I do is when you go put that ball down, I'm going for it. But with him, it's hard for my cadence. But what's my cadence for you? I don't know what it is.
Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Who do you need to step it up? Outside of David Jones, I think David Jones is David Jones.
I don't think you need him to step it up because he's been performing.
Yeah, like he's David Jones. Like outside of him, he's fine.
I think Quinterly needs to play better.
In what way? Like, I mean, he's facilitating the ball well. I mean, what do you, like, I don't.
To a 12 from the field's not cutting it.
It's not great. It's not great.
And I don't need a runner 3 from the top of the key with 3.5 seconds left.
Is Virginia the game where Jordan Brown is going to cook? Those dudes aren't looking to run the ball.
Cook what? Dude, I thought he was going to have a freaking night. He came out with that fresh cut, lined up. And then literally within the first 15 seconds, missed a wide open layup. And then picked up 2 fouls right away.
I feel real lied to because I thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy.
Didn't think it did anything for you.
Well,
I think we all thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy. And we are getting that in David Jones.
I'm not even getting 20 or 10 minutes out of the guy.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Enter the Sain show. You guys just saw 2 great commercials. We talked earlier about, the pregame, the postgame shows that are going on. Don't forget a lot of shows that are going on, like Tigers Untapped. Just great shows like that where you can get Tiger stuff, dedicated Tiger basketball, Tiger football stuff throughout the entire season and off season. But my man standing to my right, to my left, I don't know how y'all seen it on TV. My guy Parish Sharkey, he covers the Memphis Grizzlies for Bluff City Media, the beat writer. I did not see him next to me when I faced the elements the other night in FedEx Forum, but he is here now. Parish Sharkey, what's going on, brother?
Man, what's good, man? I couldn't, I stay too far. I live out in Cordova. There was no way I was sliding down there.
Yeah.
Right.
I live down the street. That's literally the only reason why I got down there for sure, man. Looking good over there, man. Your lighting good, your background good, your sound good, man. It's good to have you here on with me live. I was in the building, like I said, for that game. The attendance was kind of strange. It kind of felt like way more Warrior fans were there than there were Grizzly fans, which is understandable because people who are Warrior fans bought those tickets early and they made a trip out of this. So they were like, okay, I'm going to this game. Like, regardless of what the weather is like, I'm going to get down there. For Memphis, it was an option whether we want to get down there or not. So there's a lot of Warriors fans in the building. They left very disappointed to see the Memphis Grizzlies get a big win against the Golden State Warriors. We, of course, saw the emergence of Gigi Jackson, of Vince Williams once again in that game. And I'll just throw that out to you just to start off the conversation, Parish. What are your initial thoughts of we'll start with Gigi Jackson and what his ceiling could be with this team?
Starting future 3-man. We've been clamoring for a wing since we traded Rudy Gay. And now we finally
party wing, a boneless wing, whatever you got, man. We've been seasoned lemon pepper. We've been anything. We've been wanting it, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've made Vince Williams 6'9".
Right.
Because we made Vince Williams, who's all of 6'4". We made him 6'9" in an effort to fill that wing position. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And Gigi, he is 6'9", right? He's legit 6'9", and he's only 19 years old, so he might not be done growing. And he's already shown more in those 2 games than I've seen out of Zaire in now his 3rd year. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I saw a lot of those 2 games. It's just so much untapped potential along with his already good play that we've just seen those 2 games. Plus, another thing that I took note of, I guess he wasn't known as like a catch and shoot person, right? And him displaying that ability was key because when he plays around, when hypothetically you get Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jerry Jackson all together, you're not going to get to be able to play one-on-one. So you're going to have to be like a corner pocket shooter, basically be able to hit knock down those shots in the corner. Yeah. And then he has that such quick and high release that it's hard to block. So that was probably the main takeaway I really took. It was like, okay, when those guys get back, he can fit in with them. Also, his defense, like I said, he came in not supposed to be a good defender. He actually made some plays on defense, right? And I think the thing we were looking for was effort. And we just kept hearing about these things in South Carolina about his lack of effort or, his attitude and all those things. I haven't seen it. And even like talking with him in the locker room after the New York Knicks game, he's definitely a kid that's just happy to be here. He's like, man, I'm happy to be in the NBA. He's working. You saw how he was when you heard Shaq's voice just like real giddy. Like he's like you get reminded like he's still a kid. Like he's just 19 years old. Like he's supposed to be a freshman in college right now because he reclassified. So yeah, the sky seems like it's the limit for GG. And I know we may be jumping the gun, but I've seen enough. I've seen.
Call me. What's my girl's name? Who the track and field star who got disqualified for something like that? What's her name?
Disqualified for jumping.
Good God. Sha'Carri Richardson, because I'm jumping the gun for sure when it comes down to GG, man. But something about him, like we saw the post-game interview where he showed his humility and the innocence and all these type of things. And we've seen those type of things before. I mean, we've seen Zaire do stuff that's like, oh, Zaire's a humble dude, or oh, Roddy just wants to be here. We even saw like the Desmond Bain thing where he was like with his grandmother and when he got drafted and happy to go play for the Grizzlies. And we've seen all these guys who are young, humble players. If you're young and not humble, I'm kind of thinking something you might be wired wrong, or you're Kobe Bryant, you know, something. You're Michael Jordan. I think you're going to be that level of player, you know, or you could be Deion Waiters, you know what I mean? But I think we kind of throw the word humble around a lot. But with that being said, there's something about GG where he just has that it appeal, man. You can just look at him when he opens his mouth, his body language, his feel for the game. He just looks like a guy who's going to be that dude, man. You know what I mean? And I remember the Denver Nuggets had an injury. I guess it was Jamal Murray. And it kind of made them where they were in that lottery-ish range, you know what I mean, a few years ago when they were like, I think they drafted 15 to 16, 12 or something like that. They drafted somewhere in the teens. And they were able to get Michael Porter Jr., who came into the league with not just warts, but injury concerns, like major back problem injury concerns. And I remember seeing him fall in the draft and then having to take that year off with him with his back stuff. And he came back the second year, still wasn't absolutely right. But in that third year, you was like, good God, man. Like Denver's really got a dude that should have been a top 5 talent, you know, that's on there in their lineup. And I think that we really hit the jackpot with our own Michael Porter Jr. type guy in GG Jackson, man. A guy who, and I've had this conversation whether it be in the Bluff City Media Discord, which you also can be a part of for $5 a month and have a somewhat intelligent conversation, somewhat filtered, monitored conversation about Grizzlies, Tigers, 901 FC, whatever your sport preference is. There's a channel for you, or we will create one for you over in the Bluff City Media Discord. I had this conversation about who was I talking about? Gigi, right? Had this conversation about Gigi, and I said this. It just simply said this: if GG Jackson stayed in high school last year, which he was supposed to be in, he's supposed to be a senior in high school last year. If he went to high school, went to North Carolina this year instead of South Carolina, if he went to the school that he was supposed to go to, North Carolina, and he came out this year, he would have been a top 10 pick. Might have been a top 5. Might have been number one. Yeah. No one would have been saying, hey, man, pump your brakes on this GG Jackson kid because it's only one game. No, you would have been losing your mind. If that was the first games we saw of GG Jackson, first playing time he got, if he was a top 5, top 10 pick, if he was picked where Zaire Williams was, no one would be telling anybody to pump your brakes. You'd be like, man, we found that dude. He's a player, man. And I'm not going to let his situation, which is very non-traditional, very unconventional for him to come out of high school early, play basketball as a college freshman his senior year for a college he really wasn't supposed to be in. Bad situation for him. For a kid that's that young, he needs to be in a program that can really handle a kid of that nature. South Carolina clearly couldn't. Caused him to fall to 45th in the draft, which is definitely even with the warts he had coming out of college. That kid should not have gone 45th in the draft. Man. Yeah. Because I really think a lot of these GMs, I had a conversation with a South Carolina fan yesterday. And he was correcting me because I put a joke out saying, no, y'all slept on this dude. Y'all the ones who said, so they were like bigging up. Yeah, they were bigging up GG, right? I said, no, man, y'all was saying he's a chemistry problem and he's all these kind of things. And a fan was like, no, man, that's a big misconception about our coach. He said the coach did discipline GG because GG was going off about his playing time. But after that, man, they talked it up. They moved on from that. That he didn't say anything to any GMs. The GMs blame the GMs for that kid going where you went, not his coach. You know what I mean? And I agree with that. And we totally got to steal. That kid was not supposed to be there at 45.
We appreciate the GMs. We appreciate y'all for sleeping.
Appreciate y'all ass because that kid's gonna be a player, man. And there's several people, several scouts, several guys who analyze the draft who say if GG Jackson was in this year's draft, you're looking at a top 3, possibly number 1 overall pick in this draft if he had stayed in school. A guy who was a top player in high school his entire time he was in there, and he just had a rough college year because he wasn't supposed to be there, man. He was supposed to be in high school his senior year, man. And we're definitely reaping the benefits of it. You can see his moxie. You can see that he's a guy who looks like a star of the future. With that being said, go ahead.
I'm about to say also to the point about Gigi and him just being in college right now. You know, a lot of people are mad you going back to the past, like, man, why he was in G League for 2 months. Probably to me, that may have been the best development route for him. I do agree with that.
He did not need to start from day one. He did not need to be on the main roster day one. Yep.
Exactly. He need that growth. He need that growing time in the G League to get acclimated to a pro level game, then get kind of, get some little minutes here and there in garbage time, and then injuries galore. You get your chance now. He had some time to kind of develop some more, and like I said, becoming even a spot up shooter, and now looking on now.
Right. And I'm sure there are several guys named Alex Carter around the world who are wondering why they caught these positive strays on yesterday. There is no one named Alex Carter on the Grizzlies or the Memphis Hustle staff. I'll lean that to you. I know who covered the Memphis Hustle. I looked at the directory and I see an Alex Carter. I'm assuming that is Anthony Carter.
Anthony Carter, yep.
Former Miami Heat assistant coach and player development coach here for the Grizzlies, who he was giving that credit to. He did not mention Jake. Is it Ahern? What's his name? Ahern's first name? Jacob Ahern? I don't know. The shooting, I don't know. I think that dude just getting coach dude. Yeah, I think that dude just get the check out here because Gigi didn't mention the actual shooting coach. He mentioned Alex Carter, who we're going to assume is Anthony Carter for sure. But yeah, I do agree with that, man. I think that the fact that he was able to go to South Haven and kind of learn the Grizzlies style of play, kind of be featured more down there, and develop that outside shot. I think that's a big thing, man. Because like I said, I don't think he's going to be. I don't think we're asking him to be Dennis Scott when he plays with the big team more with the big boys next year. But he does need to be a guy that can knock down shots. I think he's the type of guy I want to see more of his get to the basket type game. I think that bag is in there. To me, even though he was knocking down shots, I would like to see him, pump and go a little bit more on some of those 3-point attempts because I think he's got a mid-range game. I want to really see what that kid has in store because in these next few weeks, especially these weeks when Desmond Bane is going to be out for more than 6 weeks too. Let me just break that news to y'all now. Desmond Bane is not going to be back in 6 weeks. There's no way he's going to be back in 6 weeks.
Yeah, anytime they say they're going to reevaluate after that time, they are never back in that time frame. It's always after the 6 weeks, it'll be like another 2 weeks.
Everyone who I've seen talk about this Desmond Bane injury, who kind of knows what you're talking about, they're saying for that degree of ankle injury, you're looking at 2 to 3 months. And by the time that's over, the season's over. So there's no need in bringing him back. But in this time where Dez is out, Ja is out, Marcus Smart is out, I think you need to see whatever you can get out of Gigi Jackson. Bend him until he breaks and say, okay, well, he can't do that, but he can do all these other things that he did on the road to get to that point. So I think you should try to push him to the limits to see what he is. And with that being said, this seems like the Gigi Jackson segment, which is I'm totally fine with as well, if you are as well. But
that's all good.
But what is he going for? Because we look at him and we say he's the wing of the future. But do you think he's a solid 3? Do you think he's a 3-4? Do you think he's a 4-3? Because I'll be honest with you, I think the kid leans more 4-3 than anything to me. I think he can be a wing, but I think he's more of a Jeremy Grant-esque 4-3 than a I don't know who I call a 3-4 right now. I think he's more that than a traditional wing for sure.
I can see that. I think he's a mixed cross between the two. In my last article I wrote in my Insider Insights after the Golden State game, I kind of mentioned that I said start him, but I was like, he might very well just be a bucket getter off the bench type of player as well. So that's the whole point about the rest of the season for us to kind of see what he truly is, whether he is a starting wing.
Apparently, we lost Anthony, man.
Hey, man.
It's takeover season, baby.
I'm about to say, let's keep the show rolling.
Hey, this is the Parish Sharkey Kenny Stubblefield show now. Forget Anthony Sain. Man.
I thought we just lost him for a little second. He was going to pop right back in. Nope,
let's
go. Gone.
Hey, man, I'm going to be Anthony today. Man, I'm tired of all this. No, I'm just playing. What were you saying, man? I'm sorry. Well, you were talking about Gigi, right?
Yeah. I was saying, like my last article wrote that he might just be a bucket getter off the bench, right? Or he might be the starting 3 of the future. So it's just that's what the rest of the season is for. Right now, I can't really tell what he truly is, whether he's a 3, whether he's a 4. He has guard-like skills. He also needs to gain more weight. to be a true 4. And I also don't like Jaren at the 5. So if you're talking about starting GG at the 4 and Jaren at the 5, I don't.
Yeah.
As of now, I don't want to see that, but that might be something they could test out and try out this next couple months. So I think that's the point of these next couple months with him is let's test these things out. And I think if I counted right, it's only 6 more games that he can't play on his 2-way. Because you can only be active for 50 games. And I think it's only 6 more games left in that schedule that he can't be active for to qualify.
Man, just in terms of Gigi's play, man, like just you know how if you watch enough ball, you can tell when somebody just has that special niche, right? Like who has that special kind of who just understands the game. I tweeted about it yesterday. I said, man, you can tell that he at the age of 19 years old understands the game in terms of spacing, in terms of the way to move his body, in terms of the way to like there was one thing that happened in that Golden State game. I didn't actually get to watch it live because we were recording a bunch of stuff with Bluff City Media on some other shows. I went back and watched it, and there was that one play, I think, in the third quarter where Kuminga took him to the basket and pump faked him, and Gigi bit, right? Yep. Like he bit on it and got the foul call. That's it. That happens to everybody. Everybody has that happen to him. And you can see it on his face when that happened. He's like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he knew, and he knew that it was his fault. 2 plays straight after that, Kuminga took the ball in and did the pump fake again, pump fake, and he didn't fall. That to me, I was like, this mug gets it. Not only just on the offensive side, but on the defensive side of the ball too. And like that's wild, man. That is incredible stuff to me that he's able to on the fly fix a mistake that quickly. Like because we don't understand, like people could say they can watch the game and go, man, that's not a big deal. Like that, you know, just don't fall for the pump fake. You know how fast that game is moving. You know how fast those dudes' brains have to be moving at all times.
How tired you get because fatigue plays a part in it too.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. I know Anthony's coming back on, guys. Something happened to his computer. He's coming back on. Here he is. I'm going to step out. Here he is. He's back. Hold on.
Yeah, man. Back about GG Jackson shit, man. You know?
Welcome back.
Yeah, bro.
Technology.
Hey, technology. We back rolling though, man. I don't know what happened. I did not reset my MacBook before we went into the show. It's probably what I should have done. Probably had all kind of gunk backed up and porn and all kind of stuff. So anyway, bootleg streams, all that type of stuff. I don't know what the last thing you were talking about, but we're going to segue off of that bootleg stream thing. No, we're not. I'm going to say that for later on. We're going to talk about that later on. But I think enough of this GG Jackson stuff. I think we found a star for sure, man. Haven't been this excited about a wing prospect literally since Rudy Gay on this team, man, for sure. We had Jeff Green, of course, who came in, but was older. But yeah, my level of excitement with GG Jackson. But what did you say he is? Is he a 3-3-4 or 4-3? What did you say?
I'm not sure right now, but I think we're gonna see the rest of the season. I'm thinking more 3-4, but that's the point. Let's test them out in all these different, these different scenarios for these next 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to Vince Williams, who of course had another great game at the MLK game. Another example of a guy who we're seeing what all he can do. Played a lot on the ball that night. Came out with the 2-strand twist in his head. The headband was on. Had the super short shorts with the
he was a dark skinned Zaire.
Oh man, look.
So I could not
don't put that kind of wristband on me. Don't put that kind of stuff on the man. But Zaire, not Zaire. See, look what you made me do, man. Vince had a great game of the night, man. Shout out to my boy Creamy Cole, who had the Photoshop of Vince with the Joker grin guarding Luka, man. You saw that when he was because people talking about how he's smiling guarding Steph. He pulls up a picture of him with a fake Joker grin on Luka, man. But anyway, Vince Williams, great game. You're talking about a guy who is emerging as an elite level defender, show his ability to score, just a dog, man, getting offensive rebounds, played the hell out of Steph Curry, had Steph clearly frustrated in that game, verbally frustrated after the game with some of the stuff. with Vince Williams, man. An absolute steal again. We're talking about a guy who was taken in the second round, and you're seeing more things he can do, knocking down shots, getting to the basket, off the dribble. I'll say this, man. When people were having these conversations a few weeks ago, I was knocking it down. And the conversation I'm talking about is him being your starting small forward. I'm not gonna say I agree, but I'm much more willing to listen to those conversations, especially if you can get, because I think with the wasted season that Marcus Smart is having, injury-wise and all those type of things, I think if he looks at this team and you say, Marcus, I know I know that Jason Tatum didn't get you off the bench. Jayden Brown didn't pull you off the bench. Derek White didn't pull you off the bench. Malcolm Brogdon didn't put you on the bench. You know what I mean? I know all those guys who, you were a starter the entire time in Boston, never coming off the bench for those guys. I think that if you come here and we put you more in that combo guard role where you're going to be leading the offense, he can lead the bench offense starting as well. But I think that if he adopts that,
he did have a stint when he was coming out the bench.
It wasn't much, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially when it mattered.
When they had Kyrie and followed by Kemba Walker, he was mainly the sixth man.
He was young too, though. But once he started getting into his own, he was
starter. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's something you may want to look at. And I'm not saying it's a necessity. I'm not going to stomp saying Vince Williams needs to start, but I think that you could sell something to Marcus Smart where, hey, I think this could extend your career more. You know what I mean? If you take this super six-man role for this team, or if you start Marcus Smart, that'd be fine. But Vince Williams, here, breaking news on the Anthony Sain show. I am listening to that conversation a lot more because Vince looks like he's a very capable defender. I also think that he's a guy that if he is that good of a defender and he's coming off your bench in that wing position, that's a hell of a piece to come off your bench, man, for sure. Reminds me of what's my boy for the Pacers, soon to be headed to the Raptors to play for Denver. Brown. Bruce Brown reminds me one of those type of guys who's just one of those guys who really be just an impact guy that's hard to deal with, coming in as a reserve on a championship level team. Vince has been incredible.
Play all positions, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, even some power forward.
Yeah. So I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Vince Williams. Something else I definitely want to talk about. Going back to G.G. Jackson, can't leave G.G. alone.
Of course.
Draymond Green had a podcast the other day where he talked about his first podcast since he came back. Of course, the Grizzlies were the first team that Draymond played against. And in that podcast, he talked about G.G. Jackson. So there was a situation where G.G. came to him and said, hey, man, I just, think you're a great player, big part of this championship run, all those type of things. And he had high praise for G.G., man. And like I said, whether it's Shaq, whether it's Ernie Johnson, no matter who it is, people see something in G.G. Jackson. He's like I talked about the other day, man. He's doing things that are repeatable, bro. Like it's not like he's shooting the ball really well, but it's not like he's just like unconsciously on the heater. He's doing things within the flow of the offense. He just looks like a natural, comfortable basketball player. So those things, they kind of are what they are. What do you think about the comments that Draymond had about G.G. Jackson in this podcast yesterday?
I mean, and we are the type that could separate certain feelings of certain players, right? Mm-hmm. Draymond's one of the guys, he does all that dirty stuff that we don't like and yada yada. But he's one of the better basketball intelligent basketball minds out there.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to, leave the game, it's like, man, G.G. impressed him, man. He just like, just kind of replaying everything, how just things, even simple things he was saying, like, hey, man, it's great to be out here to be playing against you. They come out and bust you shooting the jump like Klay Thompson. Like, he just like, man, he like his moxie, and he credited Vince Williams as well, to go back to Vince Williams as well. Like, he was like, man, just seeing both of those guys, seeing that come up and seeing, the Grizzlies, take a chance on them, giving them their playing time now. They're getting their opportunities. Like, for Draymond to really give you credit in basketball aspect, that's big, because he's one of the smartest players in the game right now. In
the true savant of the game.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll say this about Draymond too, man. I'm ready for that dude to retire simply because I feel like his podcast will be the best. Like it will be one of the best, man. Because right now he's still got it mixed in with I'm still trying to survive in the league, and let's talk about the Warriors. When he's just sitting back talking about the league and talking about the game, you're not gonna get the shit takes you get from a Gilbert Arenas or Kenyon Martin, those type of guys. But even some guys who we give respect to. Draymond Green analysis of the current NBA is incredible, man. If you
Top
really
tier,
listen
man.
to what he's saying, and he does the work, like you said, this dude's been suspended for like a month, and he's been telling you, man, Vince Williams, he's been doing the little things, and that dude, like, how you know? You know what I mean? Like, he's a student of the game, man. He's going to give you unbiased. He pays attention to the game, so I think that his comments really do hold weight. The stuff he said about Gigi and Vince on yesterday. Also in Grizzlies news, kind of an unexpected signing yesterday for some people. I think Chris Harrington kind of alluded to it. Chris be knowing shit. He be knowing shit out here. But Scottie Pippen Jr. signed to the Memphis Grizzlies on a 2-way deal. We all were expecting a big man to be signed. Probably my boy Trey Jemison is a name that's been heavily thrown around. Shout out to my boy Michael Orrell, who's been
great
been
article,
all
man.
over that story, all over
it.
everything. 2 great articles he's written as far as G League signings for a guy for a 2-way contract, and also as far as guys in a trade that Mike has been talking about. Great job on my boy Michael Orrell on that front. But Scottie Pippen Jr. signed to a 2-way deal. And here's something fans have to think about. I've got people texting me, calling me. I don't get this. Why didn't we sign a big man? Why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? This is something I think Grizzly fans have to keep in mind. And being kind of savvy and knowing how a lot of this stuff works with the shrewdness of contracts and those type of things. Agents are trying to get as much as they can out here. I'm not saying this is intel. This is just me kind of same brain thinking about how this stuff works. If I have a guy who I think is a heralded prospect, right? And I know the Grizzlies have injuries galore, and you're about to start getting injury exceptions. You're about to start getting open roster spots for you to sign guys. I'm not going to come to the Grizzlies and say, hey, you need to sign my guy for the year. Like, I'm not going to say, hey, I got Scottie Pippen Jr., I got Trey Jemison, you need to sign my guy for the year. But we're going to finagle those numbers a little bit, man. We're going to naysay around, do some naysay rigging on those numbers and their money a little bit. You know what I mean?
Get signed for the year then.
Hey, yeah, go on, get signed for the year then. Now, no, I'm going to say, hey, sign my client to 2 10-day contracts, then waive them, and then we'll talk 2-way. Then we'll demote him down to a 2-way. I'm not just going to give you my guy on a 2-way deal where you're paying him pennies when I could be getting NBA money for 20 days, and then you demote him down to a 2-way. Or better yet, sign my kid to a regular contract after Marcus Smart comes back, then we'll do the 2-way thing. Those are the type of things, those are the type of discussions that I think the Grizzlies are going to have with a lot of teams. And when you look at the Scottie Pippen Jr. situation, we do need a point guard. We don't have any. We got Jacob Gilliam, who's your only guy. Right. And he's about to run out of time on his 50 days.
Yeah, he only got like 16 games remaining to be active.
He's about to run out of time on that. Getting a live alert about MLG&W or whatever. I don't know what it's saying, but I think it's telling us to continue to cut this shit off, unplug some shit.
Of course. No, hold on. They said, They said they ended their alert.
Well, God bless them. You ain't gotta tell me that. And it's kicked the audio out of the Bluetooth and everything. I'm back in. It's crazy. But anyway, my phone just not really. Hey, technology, man. But if you look, if you got Jacob Gilliard, who's your only point guard on the roster. We literally told it out. Zaire Williams is your starting point guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because Luke Kennard is not a point guard. Sorry, he's short and white, and I'm sure he looks the part, but he's not. He's not. Sorry, he's not a point guard. Shout out to Luke, who's trying the best he can. But you add Scottie Pippen Jr., you did need a point guard. Jacob Gilliard's two-way games are about to come to an end. I can see the Grizzlies also doing something creative to take care of Gilly for the rest of the year. I can see once this injury thing, once we get these exceptions, and I think once we get these exceptions, things are going to start making a lot more sense. I can see the Grizzlies cutting Jacob Gilliard from his two-way, converting him over to a regular deal for 2 10s, and then sign them for quote-unquote the rest of the season for a while, then cutting him, and then
a la Kenny Lofton Jr. last year.
Right. Then he's back on the he's back with the hustle. But just getting him straight, getting him as much money as they can before they ultimately waive him again. I could see something like that happen with Gilly where he's just back on the hustle, whatever, and they just take care of him. But his two-way is over. I could definitely see something like that with Gilly. This is the last year of his two-way anyway. You know what I mean? So I can see them doing something like that. You bring in Scottie Pippen Jr., Scottie with the Y. I don't know what it is about Scottie Pippen. People saying, like, why is Scottie Pippen Senior name spell his name different? What's the difference? Just a country ass dude from Arkansas, man. I don't know. He probably thought, I don't know, man.
See the video for Summer League.
Exactly. I don't. Yeah.
Scottie Pippen Jr. said Hills is spelled with a Y too. Then
Exactly.
I Googled it yesterday. It's spelled with a Y.
Yeah, he said my dad's with a Y too, but he changed it for y'all. Country ass dude from Arkansas, man. That's all I got. There's a reason for why Scottie Pippen felt like he needed to spell his name different. But anyway, man, Scottie Pippen Jr., more of a scoring point guard, got some playmaking moxie about himself as well. Kind of a on-ball defender as far as playmaking, getting steals and things like that. So I think he'll be fine. He kind of fits into that mold of
athletic too.
Athletic guard, want to get to the basket, can kind of mimic some of the, not John Morant, but as far as being a guy that's going to be put pressure on the rim. He's one of those type of guys, as opposed to Gilly, who's more of a catch and shoot dude. So I think you can kind of simulate some things, run some more actions and sets, more like we want to do. And he's a guy you can look at for the future to be that whatever we thought Kennedy Chandler was going to be. That's what he kind of reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of a better Kennedy Chandler, more polished, more developed Kennedy Chandler.
He's a little better shooter than him, but everything else is just like him. Yeah,
so we'll see how that works out. We're probably going to see him tomorrow. He's probably going to get some run with the team on Thursday's game. Thursday, right? Yeah. Or Friday. Thursday. They play against Minnesota.
They play Minnesota.
Yeah, so he'll get a little run for sure, probably with that. I do think that we will add a big, like I said, but I think it's going to be on more unconventional method, on more of a 10-day. And then by the time, that runs out, they'll probably waive Gilly on his two-way and kind of switch places. They'll do some weird things.
They'll do some stuff. Trade deadline be around that time. Trade deadline be around that time.
Yeah, exactly, man. So I think you're going to see a lot of non-traditional stuff going on with the Grizzlies as far as all that is concerned. Well, I'll tell you what, Parish, you're about to take a break, man. We're going to jump into this three-pointer. We're going to talk about some Tiger basketball, talk about some more Grizzly-related stuff. We might be watching. My bootleg days may be over, Parish Sharkey. We'll talk about that. And I'm going to hand the mic to you for the NFL, something I truly don't give a shit about, but I know that you do. So I'll hand it over to you to let you talk about the playoff recap of week 1. Playoff games every damn day of the week now. That's a new thing to me for sure.
I feel like it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that and more when we come back here on the Anthony Sain Show.
I'm just big on being able to vocalize what someone's role is. I always thought my best coaches were the people that let me know exactly what you expect from me. Now, I might not like it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you come to me man to man to say, this is how we think we're gonna play you, bang, 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 and hopefully everybody understand. I'm not saying that this has not been done with this team. I'm just saying from my experience, we all have egos when we get to this game. Right. All of us, to the last person on the bench, you got an ego, but all of us can't be the man. Yeah, you got to be able to say, okay, he's the man, but what do I do and what can I do to help us be good? And if it's vocalized to you, then you know exactly what. And if I'm out there doing it, and now I'm not getting the result from you, now we got to sit down and have another conversation. But as long as it is told to you, this is what we expect from you, this is how we want you to play, then I feel like, again, keeping his logo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. All right, Christian.
Yes.
You are Penny Hardaway.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Today, you're going to play act. Okay? Gabe, because you're a Jordan Brown apologist, you're going to be Jordan Brown.
I'm a Jordan Brown apologist. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Y'all are sitting across the room from each other.
I said, don't tweet him hate. And he's like, you're an apologist. Like, good God. But either way, continue. We're in a room together.
Why did things break down?
Jordan, we brought you in this year to be the centerpiece of our offense. You came in out of shape. Let's call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. We play fast. Told you this when we were recruiting you. We play fast. One of the fastest paces in the country. You have to be able to get up and down the floor. You have failed at that.
Oh, well, I'm leaving. So it's fine. Cool.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Oh man, I thought y'all booted me out.
Hey, you got lucky. Hey, you got lucky in that last segment, man, because this is about to be the Parish Sharkey Kenny Stubblefield takeover,
man. Hey, I would I would have cut my heat back up to 69, 70 and been rolling, man.
We almost I saw this as an opportunity, man. I was like, yes, sir, I'm in, baby. Let's go.
This jank ass computer I got going. I gotta get my computer service. I've crashed on StreamYard before, man. I don't know what's going on with it. We're gonna keep it rolling though. Thank y'all for checking in today, man. You guys are probably at the house eating stuff you ain't eaten a long time, putting all kind of combinations of shit together, snowed in, broed in, booed up, whatever you're doing. So yeah, shout out to y'all who tuned in live with us today. Another thing too, my guys, Christian Fowler, Gabe Kuhn on the Bluff. Check their show out every Tuesday at what time they come on? Noon?
Tuesday at noon. Yep.
Tuesday at noon. My guys, Gabe Kuhn, Christian Fowler. They talk about everything pretty much local and national as well. Great show. Two vets in the game for sure, man. With Gabe Kuhn and my man Christian Fowler for sure. They were talking about Jordan Brown in that video. Man, imagine a University of Memphis basketball season without weird shit, man.
Without weird shit.
Yeah. And I was sitting back a few weeks ago, like, man, let's say we're literally talking about college basketball free agency with my guy Nick Juan Tomlin, right? We're a guy who literally left one team and played for another school in the middle of the season. Like, that's never seen anything like that I can recall. In college basketball. Now we're talking about the guy who left in the middle of the season.
Hey, man, look at this. Well, look at Tommy Jackson, man.
What do you think?
He said, I send them folks from 901 if they try to take your show, pal.
Oh, yeah, man.
You got it. Hey.
Paris is a big kid, but I don't know if he can deal with some of the wrestlers at 901 Wrestling. Check out the guys at 901 Wrestling.
I don't want no smoke.
Yeah, check them out this weekend, too. This Saturday, my guy, Bobby Ford, won the championship at their big show they had to open up the new year, and they're having a celebration for him. By his friend Andy Mack at the Green Lodge. Incredible show a couple Saturdays ago I was at, man.
It looked packed out, man. It looked,
man, that shit was crazy, bro. And Tommy Jackson, I'm gonna say this too, man. You might be on drugs because he's been going around talking about that was the biggest show at the Black Lodge and the biggest since some other show. I was like, dude, I've been to all these shows you're talking about, dude. That was the biggest show they've ever had at 901 Wrestling. That shit was crazy, bro. It took me 20 minutes, and I'm VIP. Kenny Stonefield. I don't have no ticket. I just walk up in that bitch. It took me 20 minutes to get up in that mug at that show, man. So the line outside on the street in the cold. Shout out to people not on wrestling, man. Big things ahead for those guys. Check them out. Like I said, we were talking about weird shit. And Jordan Brown, a guy who quit in the middle of the season, left the team with this. I think this unknown sickness is in Memphis. I think Jordan Brown might have brought it here because he's had it the entire time.
He's patient zero.
He's patient zero of this this unknown disease that all of us seem to be suffering from. The simian flu, if you're a fan, that Jordan Brown brought to the city of Memphis, man. It's kept this man out of action for weeks. And now he's back. Stating this claim, stating this case to still be a member of this University of Memphis basketball team. Jordan Brown, I don't know who initiated what. Kitty, you probably know this whole story. It is hilarious to me that there is a possibility that Jordan Brown could be joining this team. And if you think that Penny Hart, I said this about Mikey Williams, I said this about everybody. If you think Penny is not advocating for this dude to come back, you lost your mind. The Mikey Williams thing ended up not to be true. Penny it seems like with the whole Mikey Williams thing, that Penny wanted Mikey to come back next season.
Yeah, that's exactly what he
wanted. I'm eligible. I want to play now, which is understandable. Y'all got to leave Mikey alone too. We talked about that a few weeks ago. But it seems like this Jordan Brown thing that Penny does want him on the team. That the players are probably like, nah, F this dude, which I understand as well. Kenny, help me out with your understanding of what's going on with this Jordan Brown thing. Because I'm like, bro, I'm dealing with like Grizzly injuries everywhere. G.G. Jackson's out there looking like Kevin Durant. Like, I don't have time to screw around with Jordan Brown, man. So you tell me what's going on with this Jordan Brown.
Obviously, we got to give a big shout out to Jason Munz from the Commercial Appeal, who's been on the show before. Yeah. He's the one that broke the story that Jordan Brown, after spending 10 weeks in a whatever, some kind of infirmary hospital type situation.
Oh, prayers up for Jordan Brown.
Prayers up for Jordan Brown.
I hope everything good for real.
No, he's fine, man. He's
okay.
Fine. He's fine. He's fine, man. Man had a little tickle in his throat, and all of a sudden it became 10 weeks illness. But no, man, like
30, COVID 29.
He had COVID. No, but apparently Jordan and his team, reached back out to Penny and said he wanted to come back. And
you mean his agent, right?
His NIL agent, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so Tommy Jack said, "Man was in an iron lung."
Man.
Oh wow.
Image of Jordan Brown's big ass being in an iron lung. But anyway, so obviously, man, Penny.
Call him
Penny,
Cough Anthony Towns now. Maybe we call him Carl Anthony Towns.
Cough Anthony Towns.
All right, go ahead.
But nah, man, like he came back and obviously, man, Penny runs that shit, man. Like there ain't no decision being made that Penny doesn't make, right? But
yeah, after these players vote, Penny's like, I'll hear y'all ass, but
I get why Penny would leave it up to the players, man, because I mean, imagine feeling like, let's just put this into perspective, Anthony. Tigers are number 10 in the nation. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
They've won 10 games in a row. Guess what the last game they lost?
Was
the last game he played.
The last game Jordan Brown played.
Yeah.
He left the team after the Ole Miss game, and they haven't lost since. So imagine what they must be feeling like. Like, hey, bro, like, yeah, we struggled. We lost a game. We lost a game against Villanova. We, 2 losses, man, kind of 2 losses in a row, rough go. And then you just dip on us. And I'm not getting this from many players. I'm just telling you as a former long time ago athlete how I would feel if a guy dipped on me after 2 losses in a row and then tried to come back after 10 wins in a row and top 10 in the country, all that kind of stuff, man. I feel some kind of way about it. There has been no new reporting. I don't know what's going on with it. I feel like that if he was going to come back, we would have, I don't want to even say that. I feel like we would hear something soon, right? Like he's going to come back and play. But man, it's just a wild, again, you preface the whole thing by saying it's not a Memphis Tiger Penny Hardaway year unless some weird shit's going on. And this is, top 10 of the country, 10 wins in a row, Mikey Williams and Jordan Brown. Like, this is wild stuff, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. All this happened in one season. Like, why do we expect? I remember coming in and saying, man, this is a team full of veteran guys, semi-pro level.
It's going to be calm. It's going to be good.
It's going to be smooth, calm. And then it's just, hey, it's going where it's going. Been a super fun season. I will be at the 6th main game if weather permits.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. Tiger Athletics, shout out to y'all because y'all are trying hard, but some of the stuff y'all doing is corny as shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But the 6th main game, I will be in attendance to be a part of the 6th main. I don't even know who they playing, but I got a ticket, so I'm going.
They're playing South Florida.
Yeah, number 10 team in the nation. I ain't coming to see South Florida. I'm coming to see the number 10 team in the country.
Let me get your opinion on it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you want Jordan Brown back?
Dude, why not, bro? If like I say all the time, man, basketball is entertainment. Consider me entertained if that dude's back on this team, man. Because I want to see what that dynamic looks like. I want to see how Penny manages those minutes. Because I could definitely see him doing some. Penny wants a platoon swap anyway. I could definitely see him going Jordan and Malco, and then coming right back with Jordan
Tomlin
Brown
and
Tomlin.
Yeah.
And just
in theory,
like, good God, man.
That's what I'm thinking too.
In theory, it sounds good, right, Parish? Like in theory, that sounds awesome. Like that's the best front court in all of college basketball.
In the world, Craig.
Like it's the best front court in all of college basketball.
Right.
But Jordan Brown has already shown us who he is this year. And let's think about it this way.
If you don't like it, okay, we'll holler at you, bro. I mean,
And also, let's say this month off motivates him to go out there and because we still missing the rebound aspect.
Are we assuming that COVID-28 made him smaller? Are we assuming that he's lost weight, that he's gotten in shape?
Are we assuming that COVID-28's part of it is that it fixed his lung capacity to where he can run up and down the court 3 times in a row?
Without his belly jiggling.
Without his belly going, because
your belly's calling me. That man was super out of shape at first. So I'm hoping that this
he had 4 months with the Tigers to get in shape.
Hey, bro, let me find out Jordan Brown left the team to get his ass in shape, bro. That would be
a low key. That would be a crazy turn in the story if he went out and started working out with like Shabazz or something like that.
Right,
and
just
like,
got his shit together.
And got everything together.
Just give me a minute to get my shit together. I'm looking bad out here.
Yeah, I'll be back in a second.
Looking bad out here, Killer, for sure.
Let me go hang out with Shabazz and John Varlas.
Yeah, but it's interesting, man. It's interesting. I'm here for it. I want to see whatever it is. This has been a great year for Tiger basketball. So I'm down for whatever, man. I want to see how this whole thing plays out. It ain't my call, man. Whatever Penny goes with. But I don't really think – I can definitely see a scenario like we joked about where the players vote one thing and Penny's still like, all right, whatever. Because this dude brought Monty Bates back, man, in the NCAA tournament.
In the tournament against Gonzaga.
That was like a little buffer game. Like, you know, it was that in the Conference USA round one. I mean, this is like –
against Gonzaga, bro. Yeah. What are we talking about? I mean, this is what Penny does, man.
Penny is the man of second chances, man.
I mean, this dude either thinks Penny thinks he is like completely untouchable and like every decision he makes is he is. Oh, he is. Yeah. Or he's just got stones. He's got some big ass stones, bro.
Why not, though, man? Like he's done everything unconventional so far in his work. So why not? I mean, you know, everything he's tried has had some relative success, or he's learned from it. Right. And his team, like I said, it can't go wrong because if the kid don't work out, you just part ways with him, man. And you probably have strict provisions for him. And Jordan Brown's like, hey, man, I'm sitting at the house. Let me be a part of this team. I don't feel a way. I think that when you're a guy who made a decision to come to a school where you thought you'd be featured, I can see him feeling a way about all that. I can see why he quit the team. And I can see why he wants to come back. I don't think it has any, we're winning now you want to come back. Man, I don't think dude cares about any of that, man. I just think he wants to get out there. I think he wants to be a part of what these guys are doing.
I'll tell you what I think it is. Tell you what I think it is. He was trying to get an overseas contract and he didn't get one.
It didn't work out. Yeah. So now he's back playing ball.
Now he wants to play ball.
So I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It'll be interesting to see for sure. But number two, other news we got today about a possible big deal involving Jeff Bezos taking over the world. I'm the dude I'm never the dude who's afraid of these guys. The Jeff Bezos, the what's my guy with Twitter, the ex guy, the
Elon
Musk. I don't fear these dudes, man. These successful, powerful dudes. And you hear people talk about, don't order on Amazon because man, I don't care. I want my shit in a couple of days. I don't care.
Just give me my stuff, prime delivery, man. That's what I want. Man. Yeah, just give me my stuff when I need it, man.
I don't care about all this stuff y'all are talking about. And if that involves getting Bally's trash ass out of here,
let's go.
Props to Jeff Bezos. Come take over some more shit, man. News coming out that, as we already knew, Bally's is struggling financially, and that Amazon could be taking them over and possibly being the team that cover the provider that covers Memphis Grizzlies games.
I love it.
If you ask Brevin Knight, Rob Fisher, Pete Pranica, Vernon, just whoever you're talking about, I'm sure they are excited about this possible move to be shown in crystal clarity, available at your fingertips. Everyone already is an Amazon Prime subscriber, more likely anyway. So you're probably going to just be asked, do you want to upgrade your plan for a few more bucks a month? And I'll make this decree right here live on the Anthony Sain show. Kenny Stubblefield, Parish Sharkey. If Amazon takes this over and Memphis Grizzlies coverage is on Amazon, my days of bootleg streaming will come to an end. I will pay for a subscription service to be able to watch my Grizzlies.
Okay.
And I'll hear Pete and Brevin for the first time.
Oh, no. Hey, Parish.
Very seldom do I actually hear Pete and Brevin. I hear the stories about them. I see the clips. But the way I watch games, it's always some other dude talking.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It might be somebody speaking Spanish, but I'm watching the game. But, hey,
like Brevin could have really been
with the rest of y'all.
He could just really be trash on the broadcast, and you wouldn't have any clue.
I would never know. I see clips of them sometimes on Twitter, but hey, Hammer Nail Coffin, I heard that a long time ago. But Zebo played for us last time I was actually paying for this. Wow. But yeah, shout out to that. I'm down for it, man, because it's really unacceptable how bad Bally's is, man. You know what I mean? And maybe they come in, maybe Amazon comes in and just really overhauls things, the image of it. Bally's just started looking kind of bootleg anyway, in a lot of ways, presentation wise. And I heard that with the NFL stuff, the TV presentation has a lot of kind of interactive things going on with the screen. So yeah, sign me up for all that. NBA on Amazon. I don't care about all this, evil empire stuff. I like my stuff to have good quality, work, and be in my house in 2 days. And I think that I'm down for the Grizzlies being a part of all of that, definitely and for sure. Number
I think
three.
I think for me, real quick,
Go ahead.
I think for me, the Amazon, the Prime game on Thursday nights in the NFL,
Amazing. Love it.
it's amazing. The way it looks, the presentation is better than anything I've seen.
Yeah.
In any other channel, any other network.
It is.
And so if
Sign
that's
me up,
the
man.
level,
Get belly ass up out of here, man.
if
And
that's
they
the
have,
level
like-
the Grizzlies going to, man, come on.
And they also for NFL, they have like 3 different channels. You can watch it. You can watch NFL game in a different angle where you can see the whole entire field. They have all the different things.
And I bet with that balance thing, I bet with the Amazon thing, when that game is over, I guarantee you in 5 minutes I can watch that same replay
100%.
right there on the spot again.
Yep.
I
You don't have to wait
guarantee-
till 11 o'clock at night to watch it
Yeah.
again.
I guarantee you in 5 minutes that game's ready to roll again. Another thing too, number 3. I'm gonna hand this one over to my man Parish Sharkey. The NFL playoffs have ended. I don't really get into the inviting white people to the barbecue thing. Those jokes are not funny to me at all. But this one where they showed the black quarterbacks that moved all to the playoffs with Baker Mayfield.
They did. Oh no, I know they didn't. I know they didn't. I know they didn't.
That shit was funny, bro, for real.
No.
I don't know why, but that shit got me. But Parish Sharkey, I saw a lot of upsets. I saw a lot of colors that advanced to the next round. A lot of naysayers that advanced to the next round of NFL playoffs. A lot of dudes that I knew were black quarterbacks, but I didn't know what these brothers looked like. That brother with the Packers is ugly as hell. I did not notice what his red ass looked like at all. Props to that dude. Props to the dude with there's a light-skinned influx in the NFL, man. My boy Lamar Jackson just holding it down for just regular ass American black dudes, regular old pure African looking. Yeah, other dudes, some funny misbreed looking bad mix of biraciality dudes out there, man. But tell me about the tell me about. I saw the Cowboys got the hell up out of there.
I was about to say, we got to start there.
Got their ass up out of here. I hear some rumors that Bill Belichick may be headed there. I don't know how real that is.
Yeah.
But I saw your boys' team, the Eagles, got their ass up out of here too.
Got out quick.
I grew up as a 49er fan. Looked like the league is about to lay down for my 49ers. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. I saw they got a big win as well.
Man.
So give us a playoff recap, Paris, of things we saw. And then it's like games every day. Like it used to be Saturday and Sunday max. It was games on Thursday. It was games on Monday. Playoff games. What the hell is going on? All right, so catch me up. What's going on in the NFL?
All right, man. First up, we got to start with the Cowboys.
Get that garbage.
You so gloating right now. Look at Parish.
Hey, somebody said Jerry Jones ain't been this let down since segregation. Integration, I mean.
Boy.
Oh, man. Go ahead, bro.
The folks fell down like 27-28 to nothing. At home.
Yes.
And there were Cowboys fans going, "It's all good, man. They'll come back. They got it."
I know Californians. I knew time to they changed the channel.
Them folks done.
They knew what was up. I don't know what's about to go down with the Cowboys, but yeah, they got smacked. The Eagles, they had they lost, I think, 6 of their last 7 games in the season.
They were 10-1. They were 10-1 again until they played the 49ers and got their ass beat and then lost.
49ers into their season.
Yeah, pretty
much. And they never recovered. Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey brother, he said they announced he retired, but then he came on the show he has for Travis Kelsey, said he hasn't announced it yet. So we'll see about that. But
that's offensive lineman, right?
Yeah, the big center.
He's the center.
Man, Gabe is kind of a healthy kid, right? And I know that next year when he plays football, when they play tackle, they're going to try to put him on the line, right? And I talked to Gabe Kuhn about this as well. Shout out to my boy Gabe Kuhn on the Bluff. Gabe Kuhn show 9 tonight ESPN. Yeah, I think that's the position I want Gabe to play, man. Them dudes can play for a long ass time, man.
You're gonna be in there for a long time.
You're gonna be in, yeah. You can be in there for a while. Yeah,
but yeah, go ahead with the rest of the playoffs though.
Yep. Go back to it was a game that got postponed. The Bills game. It was too much snow on Sunday. They had like a real blizzard, and they postponed it to Monday. It was still cold temperatures, but the Bills smacked the Steelers. Mike Tomlin still, getting his winning records and making playoffs, but going one and done. He walked off the podium. Somebody asked him about him having 1-year contract. He just walked off and didn't answer the question. So
that dude gets some disrespect, man. And being a solid, super solid, just GOAT coach, man. Like for real, that dude's been good for a long time, man. And to not have any losing seasons at all. Come on, man.
That's impressive.
Anybody asking if he's going to lead the Steelers or if the Steelers are going to let him go?
I would get on down on their ass, bro. Like,
number one, they don't know. Number one, they don't know the Steelers. The Steelers have had like 2 coaches in their entire franchise.
Exactly.
Like they don't fire people, man. They don't. It's Mike Tomlin's decision if he wants to step aside.
Yeah, exactly, man.
The Steelers and the Packers, they don't change coaches, and the Packers don't change quarterbacks. There's two things you know. They're gonna keep the same for a long time.
The light skinned, little funny looking dude they got now, man. That dude did not look like what I thought he was gonna look like.
Man was cold, though, man. That man
was smacking up.
Motherfucker cold. Hey, so who's left? Like, what are the second round games?
All right. First up, Detroit Lions are still left. They won their first playoff game since before I was born.
Yeah, I root for them until they play the 49ers. Yeah. Who they playing?
The Lions, they would play the Bucks. So Baker Mayfield and them will be going to Detroit.
Yeah, we'll see the Lions in the NFC Championship game. So it's 49ers and who?
49ers will be playing the Packers. So
they about to get their ass about it.
They about to go.
Little red dude, better get your albino ass about here.
And we got
misbreed ass.
And we got the black quarterback matchup with Lamar Jackson. He will be bringing in C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans, who had the upset.
Man, they want to divide us, man. Why they couldn't mix it up some other type of way?
Hey, man, I need your prediction on that game because I know Baltimore's nasty, but dude, C.J. Stroud and Houston,
cold. I'm watching cold.
But
I'm gonna watch the rest of the game, bro. For real,
it's tough because I feel like it's Baltimore's year, right? But they had a 1 seed a couple years ago. The Titans went there. We went there and beat them. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be shocked if C.J. Stroud could pull it out. It's a tall task, but I'm still gonna pick Baltimore.
Cold. All right, the other biracial dude, my boy, Kansas City.
Dang, that's true. So Pat Mahomes would go on the road for the first time in the playoffs. This would be his first road playoff game at Buffalo. And Buffalo, Josh Allen is 0-2 versus him in the playoffs. So this would be his chance to finally beat him.
Something's gonna break.
That's gonna be a nasty game. That's gonna be a fun game.
Hey, AFC got some good ass matchups, bro.
Yes, they do.
NFC kind of thrown together as far as star power and brand recognition, but AFC,
AFC is deep. Like teams that make playoffs that had 10 wins in the AFC type of thing.
Yeah. But man, that's the NFL. I'm gonna check out these games this weekend, man. I'm gonna probably still be cold as shit over here, so I'll be sitting up watching the games, man, for sure. About to take a break, bro. When we come back, inside the Sain brain here on the Anthony Sain Show. See y'all in a minute.
Not just the level of individual talent that he plays, but it's also the level of his mind. We haven't gotten cross-court open shot this year. We haven't seen that pass a lot. Number one, you got to respect him going to the basket. There's a roller. I got to watch the roller. He has the mind to be able to say, I see all of that, but now I see this guy over here. I'm going to get him this open shot. How shifty he is to always be going forward. It's usually side to side.
Yeah.
His dribble moves are side to side, but going forward.
Right.
Which is very hard to defend. I just want to get you, as many times can I get you to do this? But for him, it's not here. It is here, which is are his moves to get down the floor. It's awkward for a defender to try to catch a cadence. You dribble. So now what I do is when you go put that ball down, I'm going for it. But with him, it's hard for my cadence. But what's my cadence for you? I don't know what it is.
Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Who do you need to step it up? Outside of David Jones, I think David Jones is David Jones.
I don't think you need him to step it up because he's been performing.
Yeah, he's David Jones. Outside of him, he's fine.
I think Quinterly needs to play better.
In what way? He's facilitating the ball well. I don't.
2 at 12 from the field's not cutting it.
It's not great. It's not great.
And I don't need a runner 3 from the top of the key with 3.5 seconds left.
Is Virginia the game where Jordan Brown is going to cook? Those dudes aren't looking to run the ball.
Cook what? Dude, I thought he was going to have a freaking night. He came out with that fresh cut, lined up. And then literally within the first 15 seconds, missed a wide open layup. And then picked up 2 fouls right away.
I feel real lied to because I thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy.
Didn't think it did anything for you.
Well, I think
we all thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy. And we are getting that in David Jones.
I'm not even getting 20 or 10 minutes out of the guy.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Final segment of the show. Looked at my phone while we were on the break, Kenny and Parish, and saw that the temperature is 28 degrees. Never thought I'd look at 28 degrees and be this excited to see that temperature compared to what we see, bro. I woke up in the middle of the night last night. They said it was 3 degrees. All right, bro. I'm thinking about just laying out there and just going ending it all, man.
Let's go. What are we doing here, man?
Hey, bro, it's insane, bro. Like how cold it's been, but I haven't really felt. I've got out here, like I said, man, and that's what I want to talk about inside the same brain is how people are dealing with the winter weather. I'm the type of person mentally, I just can't do it. I can't just sit in the house and just not get outside. I've got to get in the car and go somewhere, man. I've got to walk somewhere. I've got to like see people. It just kind of mentally, I just can't do it, man. It's not like I don't really consider myself a busybody. I'm not the type of dude who's just got to be out here, but I just can't be in the house, cooped in, can't do anything for days at a time. So I've had to get out there. The streets have been very manageable for sure. I've gotten out a few times or whatever, but what do you guys? This is what I want to talk about. People out here having a good ass time. Shout out to the dude on skis on
Hilarious, man. Hilarious.
2 minutes from my house.
Dude, did you see that mug behind the car on the highway, man?
Yes, that the boat was funny as hell.
The boat was funny as hell.
Somebody did that in my neighborhood the other day.
Bro, I've loved all of it, man. Shout out to the 4-wheel drive drivers, the Jeepers who have just been, man, wilding, bro. You see these videos of people riding Jeeps just like riding like they're in the dirt. They ride on ice like they're in the dirt. Like they don't give.
I wish I could have gotten out there and done something like that, man. I've been sick as a dog this week, man. So I've been able to get out of the house.
I really shout out to everybody who was doing that shit. I called Gabe. I said, Gabe, you getting the snow? He's like, nah. I said, why? He said, I just didn't want to. Like Gabe thinks he's just so cool and above everything now, man. Kids don't even want to get on the snow no more, man. Like, all right, dude. I guess you're just not a little kid anymore at all. But I will say this, man. In my commutes, in my driving, I've got out and drove probably 4 or 5 times throughout this whole thing. And it's like, if you drive slow enough, you're fine. Like if your car has decent tires, forward or forward or front wheel drive, you should be really good out there for sure. But you see people who got these 4-wheel drive cars, man, or trucks or whatever, and they're riding right up behind you. I'm like, you dumbass. Like we're literally on ice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I put if anybody gets close behind me at all, I'm throwing my hazards on just to let you know the speed I'm driving now is the speed I'm about to drive.
I'm not changing. Yeah,
drive your Hot Wheel ass around me, dude, because I'm not speeding up for you, or whatever. The expressway has been really clear in all directions I've been on. The expressways are fine, but man, I'm just enjoying seeing people.
We need one of these, man. I have a Hummer H2.
Yeah, my guy says I have a Hummer H2, so it's been fun. Yeah, y'all about to get on my nerves too, man, because I was driving. I was like in the Whitehaven area, like off of Weaver, right? In Weaver and Holmes Road. It's freaking the woods, right? Ice, snow. I'm driving, I'm creeping down the street, probably going 20 miles an hour. Man, some goddamn Jeep comes behind me looking like Jeepers Creepers, bro. Like swerving, like he ain't give a damn, like sliding, just driving damn to full speed behind me. I'm like, man, these jackasses are crazy, bro. You know what I mean? So
I look at dudes that drive like that as the same people who are in that cold weather wearing shorts. It's like they got something to prove. Like, I got bigger nuts than everybody else out here. Yeah. It's like, bro, just chill out, man. Like, just chill out. Put some pants on and slow down.
Yeah, slow your dumb ass down, man. But another thing that I'm noticing that's always hilarious this time of year is the city of Memphis loyalty to I almost got his name, man. Give me a second. To Joey Sullivan.
Sure, hit that video coming out.
Man, what? The man was talking about the Bears? What's he talking about?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Here's why I am with Joey Sullivan. Joey Sullivan inspires me. You can't tell me nothing about being bootleg. Ain't supposed to be in the locker room and carry yourself a certain way. This day serious at the house, bro. with a flat screen TV, going live and doing weather reporting from the house. Now, do that.
Hey, man.
People swear by this dude, man.
You're about to get the Solopec army out on you, bro.
Hey,
They're about to
I'm not knocking what he's doing because his information be accurate as shit. I think this is what Joey Sullivan does. We live in a society, bro. Hey, shout out to whatever that movie that came from. We live in a society where people like to be more cautious than anything. Like we'd rather be overcautious, right?
Yeah.
And I think he kind of panders to that a little bit. Now I hope it doesn't come out like I'm hating on Joey Sullivan. I think it's a phenomenon how he still has this level of loyalty while not being the actual weatherman anymore. Like I think that's a phenomenon. Hey, what is an actual weatherman? What is an actual journalist? You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, we're journalists here doing this from our house, right? You know what I mean? So who am I to say that Joey Sullivan is another weatherman? People, if he's got a following, he's a weatherman. That's same principles we go by. But I think what he kind of does is panders to people who want to be kind of cautious or worried anyway. Like he's going to give you the most dangerous, like be a snowmageddon out. Because if you look at the reports for Thursday, right? People are saying like, oh, it's going to be this Thursday. There's only like a 30% chance of anything happening Thursday. But people are talking like, get ready for Thursday because it could be like a wintry mix. And I heard Joey talking about this and that. I'm like, I hear what you're saying, bro. But the odds of that even happening are 30-something%. Like that's not even, we're talking like that's going to happen Thursday. Like this stuff that happened the other day, like there was like high chance of that happening. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think he kind of knows that people want to hear that, and they want to hear that the worst is happening. You know what I mean? So because he kind of comes out and says, well, what these guys are saying is not really protecting you guys, and like listen to me because the world might be able to come to an end. Oh, Joey got my back. Joey made me feel safe. I'm about to go buy some oatmeal. Like it's just, I'm not knocking the man. I think it's a phenomenon that he has that level of loyalty. I'm not hating on it. I think it's incredible. He gives me motivation to keep doing what I'm doing. So I'm not here to knock Joey Sullivan at all. But I am seeing, I'm loving seeing people adding the Memphis flair to the shit that they're doing during this time of, because this is snow, man. This is the light stuff. This is the fun stuff outside. This ain't, stuff that's knocking down power lines and who knows what's happening Thursday. I'm kind of optimistic that nothing major is going to come through here Thursday. And I think it's going to kind of happen while it's a little warmer outside. 32 degrees is warm.
Hey, you want to hear the most Memphis thing ever?
Stuff.
What's it? I see people juking in the snow, all kind of wild shit. Twerking anyway, bro. Go ahead. Shout out to Memphis. Go ahead, though.
So one of the national weather guys, Jim Cantor. Have you heard about him?
Enjoy Sullivan? No.
But Jim Cantor is the guy that travels all over the country.
Oh, they got
his shit broke into?
He got his shit broken.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's why out, bro.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Hey, man.
They dedicated, man.
Hey, motherfuckers are breaking the cars in Memphis, bro. Cover your shit up, fam. And I went to Waffle House today, and I had my backpack in my car because I've been going back and forth. I took my backpack in Waffle House. So I'm like, no, I don't care what's out there. Mugs will ski their ass over and take breaking your shit and ski up goddamn Goodman Road. Goddamn.
They're the ones on the skis,
right? With my backpack, skiing. Yeah, so whatever, man. Just like when people come down there for Elvis Week, you're gonna get your green ass plucked too. You getting your car broken too. Don't be green when you come to Memphis. I don't feel bad for that dude at all, and I'm not embarrassed.
Oh no, I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I ain't whatever, dude. Yeah, it happens. That's what happens, man. But yeah, man. All y'all out there, be safe. I hate the people who tell people to be safe who you know ain't finna leave the house no way. What's gonna happen, man?
Yeah, right.
What am I being safe from? Anyway, if you're out there driving, be careful, man. I'm not gonna tell you don't make trips unless you have to. Do what you feel like you're comfortable doing, man. If you can get out there and drive that shit. I'm not the best. I'm a good driver. I don't think I'm the best driver in the world, but I'm a good driver, and I get out there and do what I got to do for my own sanity with stuff I need to go get, stuff I need to go do, people to see, people to do, whatever, But you do what you gotta do out here, man. But I ain't gonna tell y'all to stay in the house. You do what you need to do, man. But shout out to my boy Joey Sullivan who got y'all in a chokehold. I put a post out saying, your goal in life is to find you a black woman and love her the way that they love Joey Sullivan. So,
that's news right there.
Oh,
so
we got news.
Siakam stuff just happened, huh?
Yep, Pascal got sent to the Pacers.
It's all good till the Pacers realize he's 41. Then it won't be that smooth.
For Bruce Brown, Jordan, Nowawa, if I pronounce his name right, in 3 first-round picks, and New Orleans would be a third. New Orleans involved in it too. They're sending Kyra Lewis to the Raptors.
Who going? What?
Kyra Lewis or Kira Lewis to the Raptors.
Kyra Lewis. Yeah, Kyra Lewis. Played for Team Penny.
Man, as we close the showdown, man, I'll say this on that trade. I'm not mad at a team like the Pacers betting on themselves. Like it's a wild trade, man. If you to give a 3 first-round picks for a dude who's not in the contract, and I'm sure there's some type of under the table conversations been had, with those guys. But even if not, I don't knock them taking their risk and say, hey, we've got one of the better point guards in the country. I mean, in the NBA, I'm talking college basketball talk now. We got one of the better point guards in the NBA in the league. You come here, we're going to be a good team in the East and betting on themselves. I'm not really mad at them. It's risky as hell, man, especially talking about Indiana. But, it's risky, but who knows?
It shows me they're all in on this season then, right? Like they are all in on this season. They think they got something they can make a run. Because Pascal changes that team, man. They're going to be good.
Yeah, they're going to be good. Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure he's ready to be somewhere where he's going to be good. I would keep a look on that Raptors team. There's probably going to be more stuff happening there. You can get off that roster. Yeah. So I'll be taking a look at a lot of stuff that's going on over there. And the trade deadline is coming up very soon in a few weeks. If you're a Grizzlies fan, I'll be looking to see what happens, man, because there's some things that have to happen. Even if you all you do is go make your draft pick next year, the Grizzlies got to do something to clear up a roster spot between now and then. And you got G.G. Jackson, who is not on a 2-year, 2-way deal. He will be a restricted free agent this year. It's not guaranteed. I doubt very seriously he's going to be on another 2-way. So he's probably a guy you got to make room for him on your roster as well next year. So I think that between now and then you will see some consolidation type trades. Something's going to happen with the Grizzlies in the next few weeks. But we'll see how that all works out. We're about to slide about this joint. Experimenting with this live thing today. For all you guys out there, I'm not going to do the cliche be safe thing. Go out there and bust your ass if you want to, man. It's on you. I've been out there doing it. You can do it yourself if that's what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you to stay in the house. You do what you feel like is best for you, your family, and your mental state, man. If you want to go get some Waffle House, go get you some. I got me some today. So do what you need to do. But for Kenny Stubblefield, my man Parish Sharkey, this is Anthony Sain, another Anthony Sain show, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.